Welcome back to HOI for Turkey, not modded. And, well, we're continuing off where we ended off last time in making Ottoman Empire. To be clear, I'm not going to go for the whole, I'm just going to restore the Sultan so that everyone will be very clear what I'm doing. So that everyone doesn't complain that I didn't conquer Egypt or something, because now they're fascist. Not that rare anymore. Nationals will win. No, really, that's not good. Elections. After you do that, you'll see that why did I do that? Or about previously. That you need to have more than 70% compliance and resistance than 30%. As I said in the last video, I didn't make it clear because you need to have that less than 30% and the debuff will add 20%. Look. This, and then you'll get one. After you get re-upgrades, you'll be able to get the second one, and well, you get it in a neighboring state, and basically you'll be done. And then you can integrate it. I should go forward. Prioritize infrastructure. No. I need to make sure. Fundamental as well. You need to make sure that this doesn't flip to Camillus, which is why I say this doesn't matter, this modifier. It would matter if you went with right side and continued with estatism and went with national revolutionism, and then you would just then have choice. Have you simply just make sure that you have stability around the 50% and then just well, this doesn't matter. Well, it will change like the modifier unless you did basically effectively the entire country with Camelists. You would have not problems, but you would have not the best modifier. And here you can have minus 5%, which this will go away. This will be this will go away once you would get the. You would continue this, and then you wouldn't go for civil war immediately. You would need to go through learning this Great War to construct the little checkmate line. It doesn't matter which you choose. Neither here. Well, basically, well, naval bombers are better because tactical bombers are not really that well in the Manila. So yeah, and because this is not modded playthrough, I said that you would need to have this guy. Not really, but better one is would be this. And wait, where did I? Attain. I need to make sure to have attain. Oh. You need to retard Kemalism so you wouldn't have there in this job. Even if you have it not here, this modifier here and here, these two states will always rebel, regardless if they have this modifier, which is dumb. You cannot prevent it. You will go for Ottoman Empire. It's impossible to avoid this two-state civil war. The one that the war with Kurdistan is avoidable, but it's better this way. simple. Okay. Should have had yeah. It's a lot higher. We have 45 and then when it's degrees you would have it around 60? 60, yes, because it's either 20, 10 or 20. And you would have basically a higher chance to effectively lower the compliance because there are annoying events for Turkey because of these those modifiers that were there, which is dumb. Why it's just that disabled? 7,000. I should have some steel. Yes, yes, yes. We're learning from the Great War, going for modernizing the army. Yes, you need to do this way, because otherwise you would have this 80% organization, which is and 10% depopulation speed, which is dumb. The rest doesn't really matter. Training time doesn't really matter. Fleet coordination matters if you are going for navy, and with Turkey it's impossible to have a navy because you barely have enough steel. Even if you would go lower, you would need to go to lower limited or closed economy to actually make sure that you have enough steel to basically produce any sort of real ships. See, HOIs with 5 and you have problems already with a single ship. That's why Navy is ignored in many playthroughs in Life Survival 4. You can see people don't understand the Navy. Why? Because it's complicated. You need to have no, this is incorrect. You need to have Navy experience to actually create Navy, but you can't create Navy experience. We would need to go for either theorist or you will need to go for focus. There's no other way to get it. If you have a navy, you simply just exercise, and it makes someone, for example, Czechoslovakia. No, the best example would be which is badass. Well, you don't have this. Because in vanilla you don't have that problem because you always can get some. Because Mexico, for example, has some small navy. You just simply exercise it and then just change. Then just put in the newer ships and make sure that you get the good templates. What are good templates for ships? You might ask. Well, they're simple. The best one is submarines for your bang for your buck. Production cost is small. Basically, they are almost undetectable, and they are fundamentally undetectable towards the AI because AI has problems. Of course, not all just submarines. You should have basically some either destroyers or carriers to have some planes. But destroyers, submarines are just fine. You don't need cruisers really. To have cruisers, you would need basically have lots of shipyards. Like, look, no, not even like US has. There's always the most shipyards in vanilla. Basically, nobody can compete. Ultimately, they will overwhelm all navies in the world. Strongest navy at the start is British, and the weakest navy that starts off is, I think, this one. There's like 3 ships. No, it has 3 ships. Nothing ridiculously small like that. India doesn't have ships anyway. Look at India's. If you would need to have, basically you have 0 ways to create a navy. Repeat. You would need to go here, through here, through here to get, or through the opposite, to get any experience. And you need to have the list, I think, 10 to have any basic templates that is acceptable, because you need to have what's it called? Yes, hardship terminology. This is not fine. One. It's not possible to get otherwise. The same problems you would have if you are not Czechoslovak about nuclear movement. That's a good example. Still, it's pretty difficult to create any navy if you don't have it already, which makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. This is the correct one. Going for defense. Well, this will be not available to me because these are. No, this will be available. I made this. We'll get refet out of not Kazim, because Kazim will be replaced. They will have not been available for when the Ottomans return. So yeah, that's that. That's my error. That's not so serious. See, then you just go for mobilization once you have 150 political power and you have basically political power just to justify, and you can justify this democracy in a way it doesn't. You don't have 100% attention, right? Vanilla, non-custom, basically, because you can have some game rules. So even in non-modded, but it breaks Iron Man. Just to show you that I have Iron Man on. You need to go for 1947 to have basically achievement that you survive until 1947. 1945 for France, and that's easy to do because there's like 10% chance that in our historical that Germany just goes to civil war, and it means that you will have no fear because Britain doesn't really go to war with you. Spain doesn't go. Britain maybe. No, not even Britain goes. Basically, you're at peace. If the Germany doesn't. Only Italy will be problem because they're still their most basic and worst focus. Look, some infrastructure and 7 naval bases for the war here, which is meaningless. It doesn't really give you any bonuses. What's the point? The only bonus it gives you is having slightly bigger supply. That's it. That's all it does. It doesn't improve nothing. It doesn't give you more resources in areas because there are almost no resources. And yeah, there's that. See, and now you need to route canvas. After that, I need to go partial mobilization and route canvas, so they only need to go be here. Yes, otherwise they'll get this or this and other stuff. Yeah, it is problematic slightly. It's not that you don't need to do this, it's just easier. Because once the civil war starts, you will only have to defend against here, and you simply just get army here, make sure that they come here, and then you simply just encircle and just take these two victory points, and you basically win the war. It's just simple. Far more simple than the mess that they did with the US Civil War. Both of them, either communist or the fascist one, which is dumb. Going for fighters and some fighters. Go here and here. You need to stop in here, not do this one. You need to go for civil war and then do this one. This will eliminate the debuff without having to waste your political power on this mess. And this takes some ridiculous amount of time to get, because you need to have something like 60 army experience, which is why? Why? This is the same question of also this is unbroken. Who are you? I've never. I think this is in the mod. Yeah, it's a guy that goes. Basically, you can just go to war with communists if they basically take your leader and can choose so that your leader dies. Okay. I know. Alright, let's continue. You'll see that this guy is basically doesn't have any bonuses. It makes no difference in the end. Well, no, the basic Chiang Kai-shek is better because you have choice to have his wife, and she gives you good enough stability, which is early on a small issue with China. When you go for the economy stuff here, because you simply go for here to this. These two things are the most important. Basically, you don't take the stability, but you take this, and this, then this, then this. No, just two things. Then you go for here, 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 and you will have all the resources for doing. Then you just click this, and then you do this. Yeah, and then you just do the decisions, which will decrease your stability. Then you will increase it by simply doing the work conditions, which is ridiculously easy. Yes, you need to exploit, not exploit, but use the mechanics. Why this? Why is in the app purple? Not purple, blue. What? What did they do? Oh, so what? You want that? Communist? No, I don't care. What? I never seen Free India. It's rebellion. What? Why? Because normally Free India, basically you can have other fascist, which is, well, no, it's the symbolism. Yeah, it's fascist. It's stupid. Yeah, they typically have fascist because communists is simply more likely due to, well, Japan and stuff. Because if Japan continues down its normal route, India is likely to go that. Otherwise, Amanda? Yeah, one of the worst focus stories, period. Despite the fact that you can go patrician and go fascist pretty early on, within like 150, no, within a year or something. Doesn't really matter. Because you need to actually do this. Like this. This is the most important stuff. Because so you can go for then yeah. The fact that these two are somehow exclusive to regeneration well done. This shouldn't be, you shouldn't require this. I think that's my belief. It's an error, or this shouldn't be separate. This makes sense. This down here. We can explore this, do this, because in longer term, your production matters. But in 1940s, you will have old, you'll ever look. I have barely any production. Why? Because I started so late. The actual production, I didn't have any access to my own stuff. No steel, no change. But then I wouldn't have the worst point. It's not that terrible when you look at it. It's down. It's still down to have 15% production efficiency, but you can almost produce anything because you don't have any resources. And to get resources, you need to have that gone. Well, not really. You could go this, but this is like would be like 40 gone, so it would be like 70%, which is like almost the same amount. 450 political power. What's the point? What's the difference? I can go do this right now, but I don't need to. Well, I need. I think I need to get chromium. No? Yeah. Chromium is the problem. The more chromium you have, you can have decisions if you want to, but and the nuclear see, you'll have steel. And you would basically sell and yeah, I should have gone for this as well. Yeah, you will need to go for him for nothing, basically for the fascist boost. You actually don't want to go fascist because it will break everything, and it will be stupid for you to go fascist. I don't think you actually even can go fascist through this route. It's dumb. You simply just go for ultra religious stuff. I'm just simply surprised. You know? Yeah. Where is it? This and this. This takes too long. See, I'm barely 1940s. Although I messed up and wasted something like 2 weeks at most. But still, you simply do not have enough time to go for this focus tree. But some people say, oh, you don't need to, you can just simply go down that route. But then you won't probably get rid of this and download file. Oh, you can use 150 political power, which is down for what? Why? Although I said it doesn't matter late game, it does matter into 40 show. Because you'll need to go and use 150 political power for this partial mobilization. And the other decisions that they're just showing you there to make sure you have actual some production, which would be yes, including that. Which is true. No, one, the only one. Also better than nothing. Yeah. The reason why do you do this is simple. You want to use the fact that you have a guy that gives you this boost, this political power gain. That's the third reason why you don't go early on, because you get something like minus 15% for the whole duration until you complete since this, you will get at the least of the Civil War. You get 70 or 140 and another 70 days. No, this. Oh, 280 days with minus 15% political power, which is that's almost more than half a year, which is such a bad debuff. It's not, and then it becomes broken. Once you reach go here, you get the decision, you check the decision, simple one, you get minus 5%, but then you get OP Sultana once your Sultan dies, and you do decision and do this focus. You get like 1500 weekly manpower, basically infinite manpower if you simply just wait another year, and basically you will have every week 15,000 troops, which is like 1/9 of what I have. 9th, more than 9th, basically. In 10 months, basically, you will have all the manpower of a single division, which is bonkers. It's like having manpower of something like Soviet Union or something. But it increases because you will have civilian population increasing. Of course, that one modifier doesn't increase. And this is early mob. See, you can have early mob and some war support. Yeah. A couple of days, you will have it right now after a couple of days. And you just go for those officers, and then you get minus 15% political power gain, which is so dumb. It's like nobody tested it. Of course, you can counteract it with this, it's not the point. You need to have all this, and it was longer originally. Wait, how long does it take? This focuses, all of them took 70 days. Some of them now take 35. Originally, when the DLC came out, Battle for Bosphorus, it would take 70 days for each of them. And you would have until 1941 almost, until you go for the Civil War. See? Almost 1940, because you would go at the very least for for almost 4 months. Yeah. Yeah. You can get the boost. See, you have a whole political one. You can go for promises of peace. It will give you 90% boost, because useless because we have a boost another here. Simple. You just simply exploit this. You simply exploit the game. The fact that you have all the more support you want. And yes, 75 is nice. Yes. Yeah. It's right. Nice. See, you need to have some more robust. Because if I didn't do all those decisions, you will have your camels here, which is bad like that. You need to make sure you have camels like this. Our old glory you choose, you get this, see, minus 15% power gain, and you basically have it for at the very least duration in your civil war. And then you complete this. And now that I have this, and you simply just do this, and you take your cavalry, and this. I want to go, directly, go. And like this. Nice. You push. And then you do this, you make sure, yeah, just make sure you get the, see, you get the insert command, easy, and you just simply make sure you continue. Easy. You can get jihad or the Turkey, the war propaganda against Turkey, which you would basically negate, but you simply negate it with that and this. And you have all the war support and even more stability, which is funny. And this is down modify doesn't change. Why didn't I do it differently? Because then you get even less stability, and you will have something like 10% stability. I have almost no power gain, which is down. Nerf just basically, so it doesn't completely broken. See, it's 1940. And I still am just removing one of the worst modifiers. This is the only one side of, well, you can basically exploit the simple thing with Soviet Union if you know how to in single player. You can basically make sure that you simply skip over with a little bit of a hack in single player. There's a simple hack, and you simply make a console and make sure that drop space becomes immediately. Civil War happens, and you will have like in 4 years the depot is gone, and why bother? Or you can just simply go to war. And just go war, you can just have drop space. Well, not all right. But not necessary. You want. Yes. You need to go. Push. I could go for naval invasion, but here we can just. Yes. I could go. I should have forgot for this. Simply you need to make sure that they simply go back. Yes, against that dump. And now you simply just take this, and you have basically the promise of peace and war propaganda. Effectively, you will not lose any war support. You will have to regain the war support, and you will even gain more and stability. Why the one? What's the point? I need to push. Push, 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 push. It should be. You could have a command to make it slightly better, but it doesn't really matter. Is the most problematic thing is the strike, and that's it. Once you have the strike, it is the civil war when it's just these two states rebelling, or you can go further once again and simply ignore that. By the way, you could have for here in the fascist route, you simply go for here, here, and you simply go for here, here, and then go here, and you simply just go until you have 40%. Yes, 30% just. And you get some ridiculous buff towards your stability. So, no, what's the point then? Of course, you can just make this go out as after to get for peace at home, and basically after conscription, no, you get initiated. You don't complete it. Go here, and then just go everywhere. No list loyalties, and just continue. Once you have everyone with camels or basically loyal, you simply win. See? Now I can. I need to make sure. Go, 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 go. No, hold. Hold. No, you dumbass. I need to come. See? You need to cut him off. You don't want to bother with naval invasion. You just simply take. See? And I will simply just go down the route. Look to the left. See? Now you just simply go to the past. But the joke's better that way. Why am I? But no. Because it's a dynamic pack. That's why the flag is gone and the nation doesn't exist. It's the same way as if you create a in other ways. Through console comments or through the spike system in the game. And at most Canada, which is this nation, which has chromium, which is useless. In mods, it's just better. This is the experience with them. It's pretty boring. You simply build, and almost do nothing as Turkey. You almost entirely, the entire time, you almost do nothing and you cannot do anything. Because as Turkey, you just don't have any options. You simply just go there. And this right half is actually slightly shorter, and you will have better. But still, in the long term, until 1940, you are simply stuck. Because it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't. Basically, you simply for that achievement, you would need to go for here to there. Yes, that's that done. And then you need to make sure you pick this, and this mainly, because you need to have this job. This is 140 days at the very least. This job, and then another 35 days, and then you go for 70 and 30 days focus of here, which was almost a year. That 3 year for Ataturk. He dies in almost 2 years, and basically this job, and you can barely maybe complete it if you're lucky. You don't get the event that he is sick early, because sometimes it happens in early 37, which makes it impossible to make the achievement happen, and it's untested. It's barely tested it works. And yes, there is a check that blah blah blah. But I will show you in modded, non-modded browser with cheats how you would do it once I will get salt and back, which is it's many days, which is a bit boring. And you simply just wait. Why am I not doing that? Because it takes 200 political power, I think. 200, 200, yes, 200 precisely. And you simply do not get a lot of political power to win this guy. And you need to have gone here in the release to change it. Because this guy, you will have some guy that gives you some more support, which is nice, and then gets unaligned, which is not the worst thing. You get more stability. Yeah, I'm just doing this until I approach the cameras. Yeah, I'm waiting, and you get this debuff gun from here. This is about dump. Man's 50% division speed, which is dump. Basically, all the divisions on your side, if it doesn't flip ownership, basically are 33 or 50% slower than all of them. It means that imagine it just buffers. It's like contest still. Yeah. I'm back. I need to go to the toilet. So yeah. And I got. Uh, this is correct. Increase. Look at this mess. This is a mess. Oh yeah, we'll have common turn against the whole world. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what? No. Well, yes, fucking way, because there is this for. What Like what Oh, never mind. In English language, I should speak, because that's the language popular on YouTube. Yeah. Let's restore the divan. Basically, it's like a Grand Vizier or something like that, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you get downlined for 43% less than 120. No, that's not terrible. That's not the worst. Concentrated, streamlined line, and you would get the other nonsense out because it's 1941 already. And basic logistics correct. And then now I didn't really play with Ottomans, even though I had the DLC like for a while. And I'm just presenting it right now on YouTube. So we're starting on YouTube with this. So yeah, really, no way. Oh my god, that's bad. I'll have much of fascism. And I need 150 political power to get rid of it. No, 100. Yes, 100. This is bad. Yeah, getting rid of this is important. Well, this is the way you see you can become fascist. Well, not you can't. You cannot. I think there was a way to become actual fascist. Yeah. But no. Alright, this is the end.